And let's begin. Inhale, hands to heart center, sharing the pranava together one time. Take a breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sharing the Gayatri mantra one time. Take a breath in. Om Bhurva Swaha Tatsavitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And exhale, release. Let's come into child's pose, warming up the back, lengthening a little bit. This way. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Soften the elbows. Soften the shoulders. If you need something underneath your forehead or in between your knees, that's great. You can also choose to put a block or a cushion underneath your butt in between your knees. This is just a wonderful pose to start opening and feeling the breath, lengthening the spine. Start warming up the ankle and knee and hip joints. And let's stay here for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up to neutral tabletop. Inhale, come up to neutral tabletop. Think about alignment of knees to hip, wrist to shoulders. Push through the shoulders so you're not dumping your chest down. Cat and dog. Inhale, look up. Exhale into cat. Inhale, up. Exhale, cat. Inhale, up. Exhale, cat. Last one. Inhale, look up. This time curl the toes under. Exhale, downward facing dog. Don't worry about your hamstrings right now. I'd rather you think about lengthening the back, dropping the head, opening through the shoulders. If you're having a challenge today with the back, go ahead and bend the knees, but keep the back straight. Deep breaths here. Slowly, we're just building a little bit of energy through the body. Short count of 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to neutral tabletop, passing through plank. So as you inhale, you shift your weight forward. Shoulders are over the wrists. You're in a high plank now. And then exhale, simply bend the knees. Neutral tabletop, relax the toes. Exhale to child's pose. So for some of us, when we go from downward facing dog to plank, if we don't want to slide our feet back, just stay in that little higher plank and then come down. All right, let's reverse. Inhale to neutral tabletop. Curl the toes under. This time we're going to inhale up to plank, even if it's a high plank. So, what is the difference? It looks like a mountain pose because my butt's up in the air for me, but my shoulders are over my wrists or elbows. Now as I exhale, I open up through the shoulder girdle, coming into downward facing dog. See the difference? Hold here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's reverse. Inhale, shift weight, shoulders over wrists. Bit of a high plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, gently bring the toes bring the knees down. Relax the toes. Exhale to child's pose. Repeating, inhale to neutral tabletop, curl the toes under. Inhale to high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale to high plank. Exhale, drop the knees. Take a breath here. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale back to neutral tabletop. Curl the toes under. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, open up to downward facing dog for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, drop the knees. Exhale again, child's pose, and let's hold here. Pushing back into Vajrasana, lift the head, lengthen the back. Inhale, sit on your knees, resting your hands lightly on your thighs. Lengthen the back, drop the shoulders. Practicing that awareness of the back foot in our lunge. Inhale, come up onto both knees, so we're standing on both knees. Bringing the right foot forward first. As we inhale, we shift the weight left, freeing up the right foot. Right foot comes in front. Exhale, find the lunge. Now remember about the active left foot. So usually the foot is just a little dead weight there, but I want you to think about pushing the back of the foot into the mat. That activates the foot, the knee, inner thigh of the left leg behind you, protecting the left knee, also relieving some of the tension over the left knee. Release the hands to your sides, roll the shoulders back, open the palms, inhale, arms up, drop the shoulders again. If you'd like, you can look up towards your hands, or you can have a neutral gaze. Keep lengthening the spine. Active left foot. Exhale, release the hands down to the mat on either side of the right foot. Hamstring stretch as you exhale. Shift the weight back, straightening the right leg, bringing the right toes up. Think about lengthening the torso over that right leg. Try not to let your left hip come out. Active back foot. It's a habit that's, if we haven't done it before, it's kind of hard to remember. Okay, active left foot as we inhale, come out of the lunge, hold here. Inhale, bring your hands to your waist, lifting the torso high, lengthening through the spine. Keep that back leg nice and active as we bring the right knee back into position. So inhale, shift the weight, right knee back in position. Perfect. Awareness on the back right foot. Inhale, shift the weight to the right. Exhale, step forward and find your lunge. Keep the hips square. Think about that back foot. Release the hands to the sides. Open up the palms. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders. You can look up if you like. Awareness is on that right foot. Exhale, release the hands to the mat on either side of the left foot. Hamstring stretch. Exhale, shift the weight back. And feel a nice lengthening through the left side. Keeping your hips as square as possible. Awareness on that right foot. Regulate the breath. And coming back. Inhale, come back to your lunge. Exhale, deepen it. Release the hands. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders. Hold. Awareness on that right back foot. Coming back to original position. Inhale, shift the weight back. Bring the left knee back. And exhale, release the hands down. Inhale, arms up. Drop the shoulders once more. Lengthen through the back. Stepping forward with the right foot. Inhale, shift the weight to the left. Right foot forward. Exhale into your lunge. Awareness of the left back foot. Hold. 8, 7, 6. So you don't have to pound your left foot back into the mat. Just make sure you have firm contact. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hamstring stretch. Exhale, release the hands to either side of the right foot. Exhale, shift weight back. Extend torso, square hips. Hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back to lunge. Inhale, come back into your lunge. Awareness of back foot. Square the hips. Release the hands. Inhale, arms up. Drop shoulders. Extend long spine. Coming back to original position. As you inhale, shift the weight back. And then free up that right knee. Bring it into original position. Opposite side. Inhale, shift weight. Exhale, step forward, find your lunge. Really feel that right back foot making contact with the mat. Lengthen the spine, drop the shoulders. Head is in neutral or looking up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hamstring stretch. Take a breath in. Exhale, release the hands down to the mat, either side of the left foot. Exhale, shift the weight back, extending the torso, squaring the hips, keeping integrity at that right hip. Hold. 8, 7, 6. So as we're lengthening the spine, it's also can be described as shining the heart. So I'm not collapsing through the shoulders. Doing my best not to round the shoulders. I want to keep them nice, lined up, shoulder to spine, spine to the other shoulder, head in neutral. A long line from my tailbone to the crown of the head. 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back to lunge. Inhale, come back to lunge. Awareness on that back foot. Release the hands. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, shoulders down. And come back to original position. Inhale, shift weight back, bringing that knee behind you. Exhale, release your hands. Hands to hips. Small back bend here. So, for stability, curl the toes under. So our heels are up now. Think about where your hips are right now. Ideally, we have a nice line between knee to hip to shoulder, top of head. Same thing as a standing back bend. Inhale, bring the shoulders behind you so your elbows are pointing back. Inhale again, lengthen the spine from the waist. Exhale, shine the heart up, find the back bend. But nothing changes here in the hips. If you bring the hips forward, you're causing more strain through the top hamstring over the knee. Think about lifting the heart up, keeping the alignment of knee to hip. That doesn't change. Coming out, inhale, slowly come back out. You end up with head neutral, looking forward. Exhale, release the toes, sit in Vajrasana. You can keep your hands on your hips if you'd like. Now, for some of you who have the wrist mobility, you can actually bring your hands to your lumbar, fingers pointing down, elbows pointing back, and give yourself a little support there. But the most important thing is, even if your hands are there, that you're not crunching through the lumbar, causing these hip points to go forward. Because nothing has changed in my back. Look, the back stays the same. It's almost straight. All I'm doing is introducing crunching of the lumbar and a stretch through the hip flexors and the top quads. What I want to do is find the opening through the middle and upper chest. So let's do it again. Go ahead, come up onto your knees, curl the toes under, hands are in place. Inhale, bring your elbows behind you, which helps to open the chest. Drop the shoulder points down, shoulder blades towards the spine. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, start to find the back bend, which really means shining the heart up towards the sky. Feel the stability through the hip. As you inhale, think that you're lengthening and bringing your chest high up. As you exhale, you're relaxing into that nice curve through the middle back. Let's hold it for 2 and 1. Inhale, gently come back out. Drop your hands, stay right here. So if we've had some issues with balance, think about bringing attention to that big toe. That big toe is going to activate some of the inner thigh muscles so that your hips are stable and you don't feel like you're falling from side to side. Okay, exhale, release the toes. Go ahead, sit on your feet in Vajrasana. And let's bring perhaps a cushion, a block, and let's place it beside our feet on either side. Go ahead, come on up, standing on your knees, curl the toes under. Check your block that they didn't move. This is a modified camel. The most beautiful camel, the full expression, is your arms are extended and you go all the way back and you can grab your toes. We're doing it modified by bringing our heels up so we don't have to go so far down to grab our heel or just touch it. And we also have our block, so perhaps we're just touching our block. What is important, more than touching the block or touching your heel, is keeping this plane right here, knees to hip in a straight line. You don't want to lean back to achieve the pose. That will cause problems down the line in your musculoskeletal system. All right? So we start in the same way. Hands on the hips or at the lower back. Roll the shoulders back, bring the elbows behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, drop the head, bring the shoulders down. Keep shining the heart. Stay here. Really feel your balance. Feel the lengthening. When you can, go ahead and reach back. Can you touch the block? Perhaps you can come back a little further. Hang on to your heels. But don't lose that plane of knee to thigh to hip. Another way you can do it is just hang on to the back of your thighs. Let's come out. Inhale, gently come out. Feel this alignment again. We're really working on that muscle-mind memory of alignment of knee to hip. Relax the toes and sit back in Vajrasana. Let's do a child's pose. Hands to the mat, right in front of your knees. Exhale, slide them forward as you gently lengthen the back. Ooh, ouchie. Little counter pose to that rather extreme back bend that we just did. And hold here, relax. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to Vajrasana, lift the head, lengthen the back, inhale, sit back into Vajrasana, hands resting lightly on your thighs. Go ahead and look at me for a second. For those of you who have really nice shoulder mobility, another way you can come into this pose and just watch. I can do it with one arm, I think. Curl my toes under. Inhale the arms up, drop the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen through the back. Exhale, shoulders back. Inhale, keep lengthening. Exhale, drop. Now, from here, for some of those of you who have really good shoulder mobility, you can do the back bend here and then actually bring your shoulder all the way around and back to touch the heel. Now, I don't have that kind of flexibility in my elbow or shoulder at all, but some of you are able to come back, roll the shoulder down, and then grab your ankle or heel. So if you'd like to try it on the next one, go ahead. What's super important, though, before you try it, is I would really like you to feel very solid in your core stability so that when you do this movement of the shoulder, you don't fall out and get hurt, okay? Remember, the most important thing is not to crunch the lumbar. Is to keep extending, opening up the heart in the upper back with the shoulders dropped. That's the most important part of this asana. All right, let's come up to your knees. Toes under, heels up. Hands are in place wherever it is you choose to be. Shoulder blades down. Inhale, lengthen. Inhale, bring the shoulders behind you or elbows behind you. Inhale, lengthen again. Exhale, bring the head back, start shining the heart. Now go back in stages so that you never lose that feeling of alignment between your knee and your hip. I'm shining my heart up high towards the sky. Attention on the big toe if you feel your balance is going. Hold. And gently come out. Inhale, rise up. Release the toes. Exhale, sit back in Vajrasana. Child's pose. Slowly bring your hands down in front of you. As you exhale, slide the hands forward, opening up the shoulder, opening, lengthening that back, and hold. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to Vajrasana, lift the head, lengthen the back. Inhale, draw the hands back onto your thighs. Roll the shoulders back. Think about lengthening the hips, the spine here. Sorry, I don't know why I'm having a hard time speaking today. So, I'm stabilized and grounded through my hips, which are nice and squared off, but I'm thinking about lifting up from the waist all the way through the crown of my head. Let's keep that lengthening as we curl the toes under and push back into a low squat, extending the arms forward. Tuck the chin, feel the lengthening through each vertebrae, the space between each vertebrae in your spine. Now draw those shoulders away from your ears. So I'm still extending my arms, but now there's a little bit of tension introduced to keep my shoulders away from my ears. Still have the same lengthening through the spine. Let's hold here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the hands to the mat. If you can, draw the hands back so that they are on either side of your foot, fingers and toes in line. Coming into a forward fold. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, lift the hips. Torso extends over the thighs. Tuck the chin, draw the shoulders back, a nice forward fold. Again, think about lengthening the back. Reverse swan dive up. Done with bent knees. Bend the knees. So I'm bending them almost to the point where I'm really just resting my torso on my thighs. From here, lift the head, lengthen the back. All right, so now I'm already introducing that nice long plane of tailbone to crown of head. Inhale, extend the arms to the side. Bring the shoulders back. Feel this position. Feel how you have a really nice straight back. You can see it. From here, keep the knees bent right into the top of your Tadasana. Hinge from the hips. So as you inhale, I'm hinging from the hips, lifting the torso up, palms point up. At the very end, my knees straighten, arms extended up high. Right here, as I reach the top, I do a little pelvic tilt to further align my spine with my hips. I've kept awareness of lifting the arch, external rotation of knees and hips, and then exhale, release the hands down. Let's reverse. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring your shoulders down. Take a breath in. Exhale, bend your knees. All right, now here I am in a bent knee position, thinking about lifting the arch, bringing attention to the big toe, outer heel, external rotation of knees and hips. I have a neutral spine, so it's not too elongated with the pelvic tilt, but neither is it arched. It's in a neutral position. Think about your hips. You're going to hinge from your hips and come halfway down with a straight back. As I exhale, arms are extended. I'm coming down in one plane from hip to crown of head to fingertips. Come down halfway. Look up towards your fingers so you feel what plane you're in. Then you can look down. Nice straight back. You may have to adjust your weight. Perhaps you went too far back or too forward. Exhale. Keep coming down with a straight back as long as you can. Your hands will end up somewhere in front of you for most of us. Palms come down. Knees are still bent. From here, slide the hands back to the feet, toes and fingers in line. Knees are bent. Draw the shoulders back. As you exhale, let's see if we can straighten the knees without losing that nice long back. There'll be some curve. We all have different backs, so don't worry about it. But that's the awareness. Bend your knees. Lengthen the back. Feel that lengthening. Shoulder blades down. Exhale. Straighten the knees. So now you can start feeling where is that harmony or balance between lengthening hamstrings, lengthening the spine. One more time, go ahead and bend the knees. Feel how you can lengthen the spine here. And now straighten the knees. Reverse swan dive. Bend the knees quite a lot so you can rest your torso on your thighs. Lift the head. Lengthen the back. Extend the arms to the side. Lengthen the back even more. And then inhale, hinge from the hips and come up. Palms face in. Tadasana. Exhale, release the hands. Reverse. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, shoulders down. Inhale, integrity of your bottom, feet, hips, and knees. Exhale, bend the knees. Take a breath in. Exhale, forward fold, halfway, hinge at the hips. Really long, straight back. If you're feeling tension in the shoulders, bring attention and focus to the bottom of your shoulder blades, bringing them down the spine and towards the midline. Keeping the nice straight back. Exhale, come all the way down. Keep extending the spine until your hands gently come to the mat. Knees are still bent. There may be a little rounding of the back now. Knees are bent. As you exhale, draw the hands back, fingers and toes in one line. Drop the head down, bring the shoulders behind your ears. Exhale, forward fold, straightening the knees as best you can. Watch that your hips are still in line with your knee to your heel. We have a temptation to lean back, so watch your weight. Coming up with a straight back, arms extended in front of us. Bend the knees as much as you can so you can rest the torso on the thighs. Lift the head, lengthen the back. Release the hands and inhale them in front of you. Drop the shoulders behind you. Keep lengthening the back. So you're really finding from the tailbone, you're really lengthening all the way through the fingertips. All right, inhale, hinge up. Tadasana. Exhale, release the hands. Forward fold, same thing. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend knees. Forward fold halfway. Take a breath in. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Keep adjusting the weight so it's evenly over the toes and the heels. You're coming down halfway. Focus on those shoulder blades so you don't bring tension into the neck or the shoulders. Stay here. Exhale, continue down. Hands to mat, lengthen the back. And inhale, draw the fingers back, fingers and toes in line. Exhale, forward fold. Bring the shoulders behind your ears. Good. So some of you with really nice range of motion, with a flat back, your nose is touching your chin. For others like me, you can see this is as far as I can go right now. Now, if I bring my head in, okay, I can touch or almost touch my knees or my shins, but all I've done is actually bent at the neck. That's all I've done. Nothing has changed in the angle of my hips or the openness of my chest, so it really doesn't mean anything. So don't worry how you look. What we're thinking about, the focus is unhinging from those hips and really elongating the spine, no matter where you end up. All right, let's come up with a straight back. Bend the knees. Really bend them so you can rest on your thighs. Lift the head, lengthen the back. So already, just when I start lengthening the back, my shoulders automatically start to come back. I can really feel a nice lengthening through the lumbar. Inhale, extend the arms in front of you. Bring the shoulders back behind you. Extend, extend, extend. And now inhale, hinge up. And exhale, release the hands down. Stand here in Tadasana. Lift the arch, external rotation, slight pelvic tilt. Drop the shoulders, eyes are closed. Just breathe. Relax through the tummy. You've been doing a lot of work. Relax the tummy, relax the chest. Come back to just a feeling of equilibrium. When we're focusing on the mechanics of a pose, we actually sort of change the awareness or change the process of our central nervous system. So we're trying to bring it back into a state of more relaxation as we just stand here. So let the process work. Okay, we've been doing this for a while, so now our body is learning the movements and the alignment. So let's introduce a back bend and then forward fold. Open up the hands, eyes are open. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen the back. Exhale, bring the shoulders behind you. Inhale, lengthen once more. Exhale, find a back bend. Inhale, come back to Tadasana. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold with the straight back. Knees are bent all the way down. As you get to the bottom, draw the hands back, fingers and toes in line. Lengthen the knees, lengthen the torso. Reversing. Bend the knees, lift the head, lengthen the back. Inhale, extend arms in front. Drop the shoulders. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release the hands. All right, that's the flow. Again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, release shoulders down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, drop shoulders behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, find your back bend. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come back. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, flat back, forward fold. Knees are bent. As you get to the bottom, draw the hands back. Exhale into your forward fold. Coming back up, bend knees, lift head, lengthen back. Inhale, extend arms. Flat back, inhale, hinge from hips, come all the way up. Exhale, release hands down. Last one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, drop shoulders. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bring the shoulders behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, bend knees. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, flat back, forward fold. Inhale, draw the hands back. And exhale, forward fold. Knees are straight. Reversing, bend knees, lift head, lengthen back. Inhale, extend arms in front. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, release the hands. Close the eyes, Tadasana. Soft breath. Let that belly just poof out. Chest is not moving. And release. Come down to the floor. On your spine, please. I always like to end with a nice spinal twist. Arms are extended out to the side, palms up. All together, take a breath in. Exhale, contract, tilt, float the knees over the hips. Take a breath in. Exhale, knees to the right, you look to the left. And let's hold. Really think about relaxing through the waist. So the waist becomes a little longer. Again, it's all about creating space. Slow the breath. And let's go to the other side. All together, take a breath in. Exhale, contract, tilt, float knees up. And continue to exhale to the opposite side. Take your time, take the first few breaths to let the body just relax into the position, letting gravity bring our shoulder down, elongate the waist, creating space between the vertebrae, and then just enjoy. And gently coming out, take a breath in. Exhale, contract, tilt, float the knees to center, hands to knees, knees to chest. Switch both hands to the left knee. As you exhale, extend the right leg down the mat. Square the hips. As needed, maintain the integrity of that right leg, which is extended. So a little lifting of the arch, squaring off of the hips, a little attention to external rotation if you need it for the knee and the hip joint. Once you've made those adjustments, relax, soften the knee. Bringing the right leg back up into the air, take a breath in. Exhale, contract, tilt. Right leg comes up. Let's switch. Bending the right knee, extending the left leg up towards the sky. Right here, I like to think of the integrity of this alignment, ankle to knee to hip. I have that established, and now as I exhale, I extend the leg down the mat, hinge out from the hip. Left leg is in position, relax and soften the knee, and right knee towards the chest. So the more we get into the habit of thinking about alignment, the more it becomes simply ingrained in our unconsciousness. And so when we go through different flows or different poses in our yoga class, our body just automatically goes into that alignment. So it's just a matter of practice and being mindful for several weeks in a row, and then it just becomes part of the routine and you don't think about it anymore. And bringing the left leg up towards the sky, take a breath in. Exhale, contract, tilt, it floats up. Waterfall pose. Inhale, release the right leg up. Extend the arms to the side, palms up. Both legs are extended up. Even here, I'm thinking a little bit about that integrity of alignment. But I still want to keep my knees soft, my ankles soft. As you exhale, bend the knees, bringing the feet flat on the mat behind your buttocks. And now, if you have a cushion, this is a nice restorative pose, especially for the back, is you bring your cushion or stacked up pillows underneath your seat bones. So you lift up, find your seat bones, feel where your lumbar is, come in between your lumbar vertebrae and your seat bones so that when you lift your legs up, there's absolutely no pressure whatsoever on your back. Now, we each have a different curve to that lumbar vertebrae, so the cushion may be a little closer towards your head or a little further away. It's going to be different for everyone. What is important, this is an inversion, is that once you're in position, you do not move your neck from left to right. You're always looking up or towards your toes or towards your knees. Okay? You can even do this on a block, as long as your block is stable and doesn't cause any bruises on your spine. So let's stay here. And again, you have to play with it a little bit until you find that position that is really comfy. Arms can be extended, palms up. They can be out to the side or over your head. It's just a different opening of the shoulder girdle, depending on where you want to hold your arms. Now, this may also cause some fatigue that is not comfortable in the legs, so you can always bend your knees. That's also cool. That gives a little different pressure to the abdomen and the lower back, but it's all good. So let's stay here. If it's really not comfortable, go ahead and come into Savasana. But if you like it, stay here. This is really nice too after a long plane ride or after a long day sitting in a chair if you work in an office. Or actually, I should say it feels good anytime. You just finished a 9-kilometer run or a 2-kilometer swim or whatever it is that you all do. This is nice. And let's gently come out of this pose step by step so that we do not reintroduce tension. So first you bend your knees. Bring your hands down to your cushion so it's stable. As you roll up, you're going to sit in front of your cushion and your feet are going to be on the mat or in a cross-legged position, okay? So take a breath in. As you exhale, you roll forward, feet hit the mat. You can cross them or just end up in Dandasana. All right, so now I've not reintroduced any tension in the lumbar. Go ahead, remove the cushion. Put your hands on the mat. Gently roll down into Savasana. And yay, enjoy your Savasana. My goodness, I can't turn my timer off. There we go. All right, coming out of Savasana, gently take a few breaths and gently begin to move toes and ankles, fingers and wrists. Really just enjoying bringing movement back into the body, changing our awareness from a nice feeling of stillness to movement with tranquility, calmness of thoughts and mind, knees, shoulders, elbows, spine, gently moving the neck from side to side. And then all together, let's exhale and roll to one side. And on your next exhale, go ahead, push up, find a nice, stable, steady seated posture. Really enjoy that lengthening of the spine, openness of the hips and knees. And let's close by sharing the pranava together. Inhale, hands to heart center. Take a breath in. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And exhale, bow down to the teacher within. And inhale, come back up. Namaste, friends. Thank you. Great class.